Hey everybody, it's your boy Mike. I haven't uploaded in a year. I know because there was 2 times in both April and May I was uploading a video. Both of them wouldn't upload for some odd reason. So yeah. Let's see. This video is basically gonna be a story time. If you're my close friend, you'll know this. If not, or even a family member, you might notice. But more than likely, most of my viewers don't notice. But I was working at McDonald's for about 3 days. I don't work there anymore. I quit. So I'm basically gonna tell you how the first day went, how the second day went, how the third day went. The first day, I walked in, I was super nervous. Like, it was so nerve-wracking having a first job. So then I went to the little office and they were putting me in the system. And then that's when one of the managers told this girl, she's super nice. She told this girl who's also super nice to train me and this other girl that's also a trainee. You know, train us and showing us the back and all that stuff. Midway through her training, the manager that hired me came up and was like, "What's he doing back here? He's supposed to be on the grill." I'm like, "The grill? What?" Because I never thought a 16-year-old they would send to a grill, honestly. So I was like, "The grill? Fuck no. I don't want to do the grill." But in my head, I was saying that. But in real life, I was like, "Oh, gosh." I literally said it out loud. I don't know if they heard me or not, but I literally said it. And then I went to the grill, and this little Hispanic kid, I'm going to say Hispanic. I'm not really that. I'm not judging or anything, but I'm going to just say Hispanic. This little Hispanic kid, he was like super nice. Like, I was surprised how McDonald's workers could be nice. He showed me, he was like, so basically, since they say you're on the grill, basically meaning you're cooking things, when we're out of like quarter pounders, it'll appear on the screen. But if we're out of like regular meat, I'll either tell you to drop regular meat or you'll check the thing. And then if there's regular meat needed to be dropped, you could literally drop it. And then that's when I was like, okay, I am not gonna lie, I made multiple mistakes. Like, it's my first day, like, come on. And one problem I had with the grill is the heat. The other problem is the gloves. The third problem is like the work in general, like going to the freezer and stuff. So on my first day, I was mostly dropping meat. I was not doing anything else but dropping meat. And that's when because my first day was a Saturday. So that's when I was dropping meat. I was going in the freezer and all that stuff. And then that's when two other guys came. One had dreads, the other one didn't. And they both were super nice as well. And they were showing me like how to do certain things. Because honestly, I didn't know how to wrap things or anything. And when I first got there was this Haitian lady who showed me like, you know, how to drop meat, how to season it, and where to put it. So after all of that, I don't really know how to do anything else. And when I first applied at McDonald's, I literally assumed I was going to be on the register. And since this coronavirus outbreak was out, I literally thought it would be drive-thru. Boy, was I wrong. It was the grill. So I was really tired after the shift, but I'm going to stick to what happened during the shift before I go there. So I had break at around 7:30 because you have to have a break every 3.5 hours. So I was on my break. I was super tired. I was calling my mom. My mom was like, so how was your first day? I was like, well, it's okay, but the problem is they have me on the grill. And then she was like, the grill? I'm like, yes, the grill. And then she was like, the grill? I'm like, yes, mom, the grill. They have me on the grill. If they're missing something, like for example, chicken nuggets, I could go fry it. Oh, chicken nuggets, I didn't start frying until my second day. But I was like the double quarter pounder stuff and regular meat and sausages were just for today. That's what I cooked today. And then that's when my mom was like, well, do you like it? I'm like, I don't really like the grill because I could easily get burnt. And it's hot. So then my mom was like, okay, so what are you going to do then? And I was like, well, I don't really know yet. So then after my break, I went back to work. And then I went home. Then when I got home, I slept in literally 10 minutes after getting in bed. And then the next morning, I just was tired and sore all over. And remember, and just to let you know, I had the afternoon shift. So I didn't go to work until like 4 in the afternoon. So the second day went by, and that's when they introduced me to the fryers. Now, the fryers is where you make McChickens, where you make the chicken nuggets, the fries, the fillets, that kind of stuff. The fries, the people up front do, so I didn't have to do fries. But I had to do chicken nuggets, McChickens, spicy McChickens, the fillet, that big old crispy piece chicken, that's my favorite. I had to do that as well. So they introduced me to the fryers, and it wasn't really that complicated. All you have to do is basically just pour it in the right thing, and then put it in the fryer, push the button, the however long timer goes, and then when the timer's over, you lift it, put it on a thing, let it drain, push the button so the thing can stop making noise. Then when it's completely drained, you dump it in this big old tray thing, and then you put it in its right tray and put the right tray in its right spot. That's how I could explain it, because it was. Now the gloves, because of this coronavirus, I guess, the lady was like, oh, you have to. She was literally nitpicking each part, like every single thing. I was going insane. And there was one, I think on my second day, she was screaming at everybody. My phone, bad guy. My phone, bad guy. Sorry, that was my mom. She was nitpicking. She was like, oh, you have to take off your glove like this and then put it in the inside and do all this extra stuff. And then my co-workers, well, ex-co-workers now, what I usually see, especially the tall one, what he usually do is he would literally like have the white glove on his hands, and if he has to draw me, he'll just put the blue one over it. I did that, and all of a sudden, I think it was the manager or was that other dude. Oh no, it was the other dude. The other dude did something crazy on the third day. I'm gonna explain in a second. The other dude was like, oh, you're not supposed to do that, and blah blah blah. I'm like, really? Then with the chicken nuggets, I already have gloves. So I used to like see my co-workers, they usually grab it with their hands, and their hands are clean, plus they have the glove on top. So I don't really think that's a necessarily problem. So then the lady was like, no, grab the spatula thing of a jigger and get it. And I'm like, makes sense. And then a few hours later, my coworker does it. And then she's like, use the spatula thing. He's a trainee, y'all training him wrong. Like, use the spatula thing. And I'm like, and sometimes I be feeling bad. Like, sometimes I be feeling like maybe I'm the reason why my coworkers get yelled at. The coworkers that are in the kitchen with me, the Hispanic kid, the tall kid, and then the two other guys. I feel like I'm probably the reason why they get yelled at in the kitchen. Not because they be getting rushed, but like the part that involves me, like when they be like, oh, he's a trainee, I trained him wrong. Like, I feel like I'm the reason why they got yelled at so much, and I kind of felt bad. Especially for the Hispanic kid, because he said he never got yelled at. Because he's 17, he's been working there for a year now. He said he literally never got yelled at. And I feel like maybe sooner or later, I'm going to be the reason why he gets yelled at. So yeah, so that was my second day. My third day, I honestly did not want to go. I just wanted to stay home in my bed. But I couldn't, so I went to work. When I got there, it wouldn't let me clock in for some odd reason. The second day didn't let me clock in, but like the manager clocked me in through the thing. But the third day, the machine wouldn't let me clock in, so I'm like, oh my God, what is up with this thing? And I was getting pissed. And then that's when the manager was like, okay, I'll just clock you in. And then when I got to the back, the same guy from the previous days, he was like, oh, how do you like it back here? And I'm like, I'm not really comfortable with it because the heat from the grills, and then I have to go in the freezer. And he was like, oh, I get it. And I was like, yeah. And then he did something stupid. So you know how when you're using like those little McDonald's grills, and then when you're making like a quarter pounder or you're making the regular meat, and then when you're taking them off the grill, there's some that's stuck to the grill and you have to scrape it off and scrape to the side? Well, apparently when you scrape it to the side, there's something that collects it on the side, and he wanted me to remove it and empty it. I'm like, what do I look like? I'm 16. And then I'm near the fryers and I'm making food. And then this same Haitian lady, she asks, how old are you? I'm like, 16. And then she just looks at the other co-worker, and they were talking. And I'm like, yup, I have the same reaction. And then that's when, I got it. And then, I went on break. I went on break early, and they closed the store early that day. It was a Monday. They closed it early for some reason. I think because of the curfew for the coronavirus. So they closed early. So yeah. I got home by 7 this time. And when I looked at my new schedule that they gave me Sunday, I was so freaking upset at it. Cause they were like, oh, I had to work Sunday, Monday, Thursday, Sunday, Monday, Thursday, Saturday. And then I was like, so then they were like, oh, I had to do 4 to 9. 4 to 9 was my usual time. But then they were like, oh, I had to do 4 to 10, 3 to 10, 12 to 7. I was like, really? I'm probably not going to even be here by the time those times come. And look, after the third day, I quit. So I wanted to quit after the first day, but then I was like, my mom was like, maybe the next days they'll have you try something new, which I was hoping they would do. Or maybe if I had talked to the manager, they would have given me something new. But I just didn't want to work at McDonald's anymore. The main reason I applied at McDonald's wasn't because of the paycheck. It was because since it's summer, I didn't want to stay home doing nothing. So maybe if I was working, I'd have something to do and I'd get paid for it. So the paycheck wasn't the main reason I worked at McDonald's, but it was one reason. So now I currently don't have a job. I'm currently doing something and it's getting me a little money, but it's not necessarily a job. I'm currently waiting until Publix calls because I did apply at Publix way before I applied at McDonald's. They never called, so I went to McDonald's. And now I'm just waiting for Publix in general. So that's basically how my first 3 day, all my 3 days went at McDonald's. So all I gotta tell you guys is that not all the McDonald's are the same. Not all of them are rude. The one I went to, I'm gonna keep theirs private for multiple reasons. Um, the one I went to, the coworkers and the management was really nice. So don't think that if you're gonna go work at McDonald's, it's always gonna be rude people. It's really not. Some are, some aren't. Um, Words of encouragement that I could give you is try your best, even if you make mistakes. Like, you have a job, you don't have the job to like it, it's just a job you have that you're getting paid for. It's not something, you don't have the job because it's fun. You have the job because it's work, and you have the job because you want to get paid. It's work isn't meant to be fun. Just keep that in mind. And I am not recommending for people my age, 16-year-olds, not to work at McDonald's. I'm not recommending that. I'm just telling you how mine went. And if you just don't want to work at McDonald's after hearing my story, then that's your choice. But I'm not saying don't work at McDonald's. Because you could be in a situation where anything works. Doesn't matter if it's cashiering, grilling, bagging, stocking. Oh, and there was a kid. He wasn't at my McDonald's. I don't think it was at my McDonald's. But I heard some story about a kid that wasn't my age, and he went to McDonald's after his mom told him not to, and they had him stock things, clean up things, unstock the delivery trucks. I was like, I'm not doing all that for $8.70. I am not doing all that. So yeah. I'm like really tired right now. My back has been hurting since yesterday. My back has been hurting since yesterday. I just came home. I went to BJ's and I called the manager and she was like, oh, I had to come with the uniforms, which is really stupid because no other work does that. None that I know of. So I had to come home, drop everything, take the uniforms, go over there to get my check. I made a decent amount for my age. I'm not going to expose how much I made, but I made a good amount after they took some for taxes. Okay, the only thing I'll expose is that they took away $11 for taxes. Because it was like, you know how it says federal, Medicare, social, stuff like that? $9 I think was for social and $2 for Medicare. It was something like that. But in total it was $11. So I'm not going to tell you the actual amount I received. All I'm going to say is they took $11. They gave me the bonus because when you go to McDonald's and you go to orientation, they give you a bonus for that. So I guess that's how it works. And before I even worked at McDonald's, I clearly survived. I've ate, drank, my clothes are cleaned. So that little $8.70 was not going to save me in any way. But still did. So yeah, I'm going to go sleep now because I'm really tired. I'm going to probably fall asleep now. It's 5:49. I've been talking for literally nearly 20 minutes. Yeah. My next video should come out in about 2 weeks or so. I don't know what the next video is gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be a reaction, a challenge. I don't know if it's gonna be a vlog. I don't know what it's gonna be. But I know it's gonna come out soon. Yeah. So again, if you want to work at McDonald's, it's your choice. I'm not gonna stop you, but if you don't, you don't. If you do, you do. But Publix, I highly recommend. Mike signing out.